and I want to tackle another personality disorder, this time antisocial personality disorder.
Hmm.
I need you to educate me on this one. I don't know a whole lot about it. What is antisocial personality disorder?
So, antisocial personality disorder is an illness that that a person views. Um, they view society differently than normal people. Laws and rules don't apply to them. They have what I call criminal thinking. They think about how to manipulate people. People are a pawn on a chessboard to them, and not really a person. They're objects in their way in order to move them and get what they get what they want.
Mm. So I think the first time I heard the term antisocial, it's a term that people use casually. I think in maybe like middle school. Well, this person's antisocial,
Right.
and later on, I learned there's a difference between antisocial and asocial. Asocial, I guess, is you just kind of are a loner, if you
Sure.
will, kind of a lone wolf. You don't really crave interaction or
Correct.
whatever. Antisocial though is different, and that's what you're talking about, which is against society in a way.
It's basically against, and it's society, but let's call it more what it is. It's against group norms. They don't comply to the normal day-to-day process of what society does or a group of people do. They don't adhere to group norms. It is not necessarily a loner. In fact, antisocial personality disorder, those that have that illness, they're extremely charismatic. You want to be around them. They ooze confidence. They are very convincing. They typically make great salesmen. We probably have a few here, and they make you believe that their thinking is the right type of thinking.
Similar to some of my other questions on personality disorders, nature versus nurture.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a sort of a global thing for personality disorders, that it tends to be, you're made into this versus?
No. I think this one's a little bit closer to 50-50, nature and nurture.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you can be born with what I would call criminal thinking, or just viewing the world differently than others. I just think your brain chemistry can be that way. It also can be inherent, from generation to generation, but also very strongly it can be influenced by your environment, and by your upbringing, the beliefs that are shown to you.
Yeah, I almost feel it's unfair for me to just put on you constantly, how do you treat it? Because there's so many different components and variables that go into that, and we're talking about just sort of a base case. But at least therapeutically, what kind of interventions would you typically use for somebody with this disorder?
So somebody with this disorder sobers up to the law. They sober up to structure with consequences, no matter what. So when you put the onus of responsibility on them, a lot of times you can arrest the process of the antisocial personality disorder. Now, it might be for a limited period of time, but nonetheless, it can be helpful. I just give a quick example, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So imagine you have somebody in treatment who's been ordered to treatment by the judge, and you're supposed to write letters of, how the person is doing, progress notes, progress. And so a good intervention is to have the person actually write the letter about how they're doing. Are they messing up? Are they here, but they really want to not be here? Would they rather just go back to jail or prison, or are they killing it? And you have that person in their own handwriting write it to the judge or to the attorney. And a lot of times that intervention sobers people up to being what I call compliant, right? Again, there's a little bit of fake it till you make it. Coming to act as if, and hopefully as you act as if, you sort of push your way into the norms of society.
I love your creative therapeutic interventions. I know you love to go outside the box. Personally, when I was in your treatment center, and I was a very bad boy, and I don't know if I had antisocial personality disorder. I wouldn't say that.
No, I wouldn't either.
Maybe some narcissism. But regardless, you had me carry an egg around for like a week. And I'd be interested to hear like what was the rationale for that. But I named it. I remember my little brother was like 8 years old at the time. And whenever we would have a phone call, he would ask me how Eli was doing. Eli was the name of the egg.
That's great.
And Eli only lasted a couple days. Everyone in the community was like messing with me a little bit and hiding the egg. But that was unexpected when you told me to carry an egg around.
Yeah, so and we've done that here at Sylvia Brafman too with success. And basically, you're providing structure and you're providing an opportunity for individuals to show responsibility, to show empathy towards someone or something else. And again, those types of creative interventions and discussing it and how do they feel about, leaving their egg, or how do they feel about letting somebody babysit them, or how do they feel about when it cracked? Having those therapeutic conversations, they do help. It sounds corny, but it does help. And the fact that how many years ago, 12, 15 years ago, you still remember that. That's impactful.
Yeah.
And you're not the only one. So, yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.